Hello, hello, hello. Are we live? I'm using an old lens. It's an old manual focus lens. The sun's going down so fast, so the best thing I can do is use this thing, even though it's not the best in my opinion. Um, but yeah, there's no light. Like literally, this is what, watch. You see this, right? This is funny, check this out. Before I start the video, I just want to show you. You see this, right? It looks like it's, what would we say? It looks like kind of, you know, the sun's still out a bit, but watch this. Where did I go? That's why I like this lens. Okay, too close. Let me get to my desired range. This is how I measure range with manual focus lenses. Hello, everyone. The only light source is this green microphone. Um, I hope everybody's been well. Hopefully this doesn't mess up my color grading process, but it is what it is, you know. Embrace your suffering. I was in my room today when I came out of work, and I was asking and thinking to myself, what should I make a video about? You know, what should I talk about today? Because I want to talk. And I started reading, and I came across, shadow work. In terms, we can say embracing our own suffering. So embracing the parts of ourselves and versions of ourselves that we don't choose to accept. Because like you examine somebody, you can examine yourself. So you can see the good in somebody, and you can see the bad in somebody. We choose to ignore the bad things, and always, not necessarily everybody, but for a whole, let's just bring this conversation to us, okay? So when you are identifying yourself with somebody, telling somebody about yourself and telling somebody about the things you do or the things you've done, we always tend to avoid speaking about the negative things that we've done and the bad things that we've done. Is it their business to know these things? No, of course not. It isn't. But as a human being and as a spirit, you know, I think it is only right to acknowledge that and embrace that, because that is what you are and that is where you are rooted from. Every decision you've made, every action you've chose to act on, every thought you've had is a representation of who you are today. And you probably hear me say that in many, many videos, but it's a constant reminder to embrace yourself and do not let yourself lose the never-ending battle to yourself. So, shadow work. Shadow work could be practiced in many ways. Journaling, meditating, reflecting, therapy. There's a lot of therapists that do this as a exercise to, for the patient to identify these past traumas and these things that have affected their life in some way, shape, or form. And what they do is they help the patient and work with them in identifying these things and, kind of breaking it down to where they can swallow that pill, so to say, the emotion. Break down the emotion, break down the trauma until you can truly swallow it, you know? I don't want to speak too much on that because I'm not, the most intelligent in that aspect of, what I was just talking about, but it's good to know, you know? It's a little reference that we can use. But we talk about my subject or my category, spiritual. So I have done things in my life that I am not proud of, and I'm sure you have done the same thing. No one's better than the other. Let's just start that by saying that, right? The things you've done in your life that you are not proud of, recognize them and accept them. Accept them as they are, because they do not relate to you in any way, shape, or form outside of the fact that that's who you are. It took that for you to become the person you are today. You know what I'm saying? It's truly a interesting thing and a beautiful thing. And I believe that not a lot of people talk about this, and not a lot of people go over and talk about the things that, you know, just the fact that not all of us are perfect. And online, a lot of people tend to portray this image of perfection so that they can attract a certain amount of people. None of us are perfect, and we can accept that. Or at least we can learn to accept that, because a lot of people refuse to accept that, refuse to know that about themselves, that they aren't as high and mighty as they say they are. And this is not to speak ill or negative about anybody, because truly we are all one and we are all connected to the same thing that is. But we can learn from one another. That is what this whole experience is. That is what life is about evolving, taking in knowledge, and loving one another. So don't be afraid of what you were. Don't be afraid of the things that you did. Learn to accept those things within yourself. Learn to live knowing that you did these things. Learn to conquer yourself. These things, these negative, or, you know, whatever you want to label it, doesn't affect you anymore. It shaped you. You learned from it. You took from it. And I understand that some people's situations are way, you know, worse than the next person or mine or this and that, but then again, we can't compare. Everybody goes through what they go through. It's pretty, it can get confusing and very touchy, you know? Well, so let's just stay surface level, and let's just speak on embracing our past self. Embrace the things and accept the things that we did that we are not too fond of and too proud of, because that leads us into spiritual growth, and that road leads us to spiritual enlightenment. When we cannot let our ego override us and let our ego decide, you know, what decisions we make, it is not right. It's not right at all. Because I am not my ego is a part of me. You are not your ego is a part of you. You are not your thoughts are a part of you. It's beautiful, it's interesting. And I don't know anything about this, but I'm just speaking about it, if that makes sense, you know? I'm telling you what I know, or at least what I think I know, because at the end of the day, I know nothing at all. And I can accept that. But yes, embrace your past self and meditate on yourself, you know? Go about life, and if you have a journal, right? Let's start with this. If you have a journal, at the end of every day, I want you to try your best. I'm not saying to do this consistently or, you know, you don't have to even do this, but it helps. At the end of every day, you grab a journal and reflect in that journal. Reflect in that journal the things you did today that made you proud of yourself, and the things that you didn't do today that made you feel bad about yourself. You understand what I'm saying? This is a self-reflection journal. Reflect on yourself and reflect on the day of today. Learn, in doing this, you learn how to navigate yourself, if that makes any sense. You learn how to navigate your emotions and decision making, and you pretty much overall gain a conscious support, a conscious building block, so to say. It's a conscious exercise, you know, learning how to navigate your mind and your thoughts and being conscious of every single thing and not allowing your ego to take over and choose for you. Because ultimately, we are always in control. This isn't going to happen overnight. A lot of people confuse that, and a lot of people get things misconstrued because not everything happens overnight. Success doesn't happen overnight. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be consistent with yourself, because sometimes you lose that consistency within ourselves. I do it, you do it, everyone does it. It's hard to stay disciplined, but it's just a matter of trying. It's a matter of doing, because when you start and when you keep going, who's going to stop you? Just learn to exist with yourself. Learn to accept yourself. Learn to sleep with yourself. Learn to just stop taking life so serious. Stop taking life so serious. Of course, there's things that you want to accomplish. There's things I want to accomplish, but you have to understand it within yourself that today is all we have. Now you can choose to work on today and work towards the things that will shape your future. That's what we should be doing that. We should be doing that every day, working on today, but staying present in today and working towards the future. It's a weird conglomerate of things. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel like I pretty much tongue twisted everything I just said, but it's all a matter of patience and reflection. Patience, reflection, and conscious progression. I hope this video comes out nice and I'm not out of focus all the time because I feel like I kind of am. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good day, great night, great morning, whatever, you know how it all goes. I'll leave you guys with this. I hope this helped you in any way, shape, or form. If this reached you, thank you for, taking time out of your day to listen to a ignorant 21-year-old. Thank you. I deeply appreciate your time, patience, and energy, as well as love. There we go. Thank you for everything and anything that is. Thank you for supporting me, watching my videos, showing me love. I deeply appreciate every single one of you. I read every single comment section. Don't think I don't. I do. But I get caught up in things that I forget to reply to them. But understand that I see everything. And I truly appreciate all of you. With this, I leave you. Thank you for everything and anything. The sun has just risen. I hope you have a good day, a good experience. If the night has just fallen, I hope you have a good night. Some good dreams, some good sleep. Look at this bouquet. See that? This little white light is called bokeh. It's not called bokeh. I forget what it's called. The blurriness behind me is called bokeh. Yes. If that matters to you in any way, shape, or form. But yes, I will see you guys when I see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Sign up at thosewhom.com for when I release my hoodies and stuff. Yeah. Thank you. See you later. Look at the night sky. It's full of clouds, but you can't even see anything. It just looked like nothing. I'll see y'all later. Peace.